Hello, my lovelies. Happy Monday. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, the water signs. What's going on for you? What is happening in your next 7 days? Let's get some songs. Let's see what's important. What do we have? Africa by Toto and All the Right Moves, One Republic. All right. So I do feel like there's somebody that wants to be with you in all the general sense of the word, but I do feel like this is somebody that maybe there's a long distance connection. This person could be from Africa, but I do feel like this person wants to break down walls and come towards you. Either you or they feel like they have all the right moves and this person cannot help falling in love with you. All right, what else do we have? One more, Spirit. Broke my heart so gently and only the young by Journey. All right, so I do feel like there is some sort of history between you and this person. Maybe you guys have known each other since you were young. Maybe there's something going on with somebody's lungs. That's weird. But Only the Young is a song that talks about, falling in love at a young age. So I feel like maybe you already went through heartbreak. Maybe you're afraid to open back up. Maybe you're going to take a trip someplace, but there's definitely some energy that things are needing to change and that somebody genuinely has feelings here, either you or them. All right, what messages do we have from the dragons? What is their theme for the week? The Death Dragon. All right, endings bring new beginnings, right? So Scorpio energy there could apply. Scorpios, you're part of the water clan. I do feel like there is this transformative energy that's taking place behind the scenes, right? It's under the surface. That's not something that is necessarily seen yet, but it will be. I feel like once the transformation is complete, that somebody is kind of emerging from hiding, or they're emerging from Spirit's giving me a cave. Have you been living under a rock lately? Because I feel like you might have been. Yeah, and you're about to emerge, right? The Sun, the happiest card in tarot, followed by the Lovers, followed by the Seven of Cups. Okay, so someone here has options, all right? And I feel like somebody might have a lot of options, but maybe they don't want all those options. Maybe they only want one. I feel like somebody in the collective is really longing for their person. They don't want all the options. They don't want the riffraff. They want their forever person. They want happiness. And so I feel like this person is kind of working on themselves so they can chase their dreams. All right, what else do we need to see for the week? Yeah, some sort of illusions are about to be revealed. We have a new moon coming up. I'd have to look at the calendar. I haven't been keeping up on that. My apologies, guys. But I think the next new moon, I want to say it's in Pisces, maybe. But the moon is Pisces energy. So I do feel like there's a lot of things that are about to be revealed, things that have been hidden, things that are maybe unresolved, kind of bubbling to the surface, and you're going to have to make a decision. And the decision comes about love, right? Pisces specifically loves the idea of love, but they're kind of flighty too, right? So the little fishies, sometimes they get into a situation where they think that it's really good, and then they decide, nope, not for me, and they kind of, cut their losses and they swim away. So I feel like there's something that you're evaluating that it just doesn't work. We have the Death Dragon out here. So something is drastically changing, but you have to make that decision. What's going to work best for you? Judgment being out here. The divine is stepping in there. Some sort of intervention, judgment. You could be dealing with courts, contracts, legal issues, your spiritual awakening. Exactly, right? You're emerging. You're coming out completely changed and transformed if you're doing the work internally. Ooh, interesting. And you may have a new prospect coming in. This could be in work or love. This person could be very financially stable. They're grounded. They're trustworthy. They're loyal. They're somebody who takes their time. That Spirit's giving me the word. It's a slow burn, right? It's not like the fire signs where it's quick like a fucking wildfire and it just engulfs everything. No, this is a slow burn. This person's willing to be patient. This person's willing to kind of take their time to build their empire, and they know that slow and steady wins the race. But somebody here has to shift their perspective. Almost said protective. Maybe this person's really protective. I feel like someone wants to be protective over this connection. That's interesting too. All right, so we do have a new romantic offer coming in that you think is going to be too good to be true, but it's not. This person is genuine, right? Especially if it's the King of Pentacles. The pages bring news, right? So there's some sort of news. Someone's going to express how they feel, but it's meaningful. It's something that is genuine, right? So maybe you need to like rest and recharge right now, because I feel like this week is going to be kind of hectic and busy for you. What was I saying? She's been living under a rock or in a cave. Yeah, she's cutting people off. Boundaries are necessary. They are healthy. It is not selfish to protect yourself right now. And watch out for any sort of lies, cheats, deception, things that we need to like figure out. Okay, so the Seven of Swords, the Moon, and the Five of Cups. This is going to illuminate who you cut off. This is going to illuminate where the boundaries need to be drawn in the sand. And this is going to show you who you can trust and who you can't. There is communication coming in this week, and I do feel like it leads to a wish fulfillment. So Spirit wants you to walk away from anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Super important. One more for closing, please. Thank you. You've planted the seeds, or they have. Now you have to decide whether it's worth your time and your investment or not. Are you going to like cut your losses and go in a different direction, or are you going to stick it out? Because Spirit is trying to ask you which direction you want to go. They're going to help you alchemize what needs to actually be let go of, and they're going to help you transmute or transform the situation to bring in the balance. For some of you, it's a reconciliation and love that leads to a commitment, marriage, children, the whole 9 yards. But this is something that's fulfilling. But you first have to see what needs to be released in order to get to your happily ever after. Have a great week.